Ruined castles, ancient towns, mysterious caves. Every year, archaeologists find hundreds of artifacts. To find the truth and unravel what's left to us from our ancestors, the crew of Archeology Mystery of History program, together with scientists, are investigating objects found on site of historic events. Watch our program and get ready for exciting discoveries.
Southwestern Jetysu is a unique natural region in Jambil region. Vivifying water springs, semi-desert foothills of Tian Shan suitable for pastures, picturesque tracts of Karatau and Talas Alatau, all of these made the Talas and Shuin Tefluvi one of the centers of development of the ancient nomadic civilization. Historians consider this region a fount of historical places and events. There are over 1,000 historical and archaeological monuments here. Galleries of mysterious petroglyphs have been discovered in the mountains of Karatau. Shelji district is located in the upper reaches of Talas. The main activity of population here was metallurgy. Medieval Taras was situated in Talas Valley, and Shu Valley contained ancient Turks trading cities Suyap and Balasagun. The Great Silk Road was passing through these steppes, delivering various goods, amazing creations of Turkic culture around the world. I think, in general, the Turkic world became the basis for emergence of other states and empires. Rich histories of many other cultures took its beginning from the world of the Turks. For example, stone statues Balbal. These creations paved the way for the art of sculpture. We may call them the first samples of sculpture genre, of monumental art. They are several thousand years old. The culture of Southwest Jetysu was under the influence of the Muslim culture starting from the 7th, 8th centuries after Turks have adopted Islam. Other undeniable evidences of the Turkic phenomenon are monuments, religious buildings, mosques and madrasas. These are examples of beautiful architecture. Several mosques have survived to our days on the sacred land of ancient Taras. They are dated back to 18th, 19th centuries. One of such historical mosques is the Mosque of Karakoja. Karakoja Mosque Madrasa is located in Sailbek village in Talas district of Jambil region.
Мынау Қарт Қаратаудың бойы, яғни төменгі Таластың бойында бірнеше ескерткіштер бар.
This region is located in the lower reaches of the Talas River along Karatau. There are several historical monuments here. In Oik village nearby, there are monuments like Karik Organ, Janak Organ, Mausoleum of Boltarik, the great orator. There are also mausoleums of Ile Baydact Nogay Ishan. In general, this area can be regarded as a large complex of historical, cultural and religious monuments. Karakoja Mosque is listed among the historical sites of national importance. It was built in the late 19th, early 20th century. The history of construction of the mosque is associated with the name of the head of the local clergy, Karakoja.
Karakoja деген адам әлгі діни былай айтқанда қайраткер.
Karakoja was more than just a religious figure. He urged the youth to learn and be educated, well-behaved. He was also teaching adults to read and write. Karakoja had one brother, Abdullah Ishan, who is buried nearby. The mosque was built on money donated by local wealthy people, boys, but everyone was involved in construction, as the local narrative states.
There
were many helpers. Almost everyone in Oyik Aul participated in construction work. There were so many people that after bricks were burned, they were immediately passed from one person to another. Unfortunately, we don't know the exact composition of the bricks. But one thing is for sure, it is a high-quality material. It was built thoroughly because Karakoja himself was leading the build. For the first time, the monument was inspected in 1945. The inspection was carried out under the supervision of the first explorer of ancient Taras, archaeologist Jeronim Potsevich. Then in 1949, the work was continued by the expedition of the Jambul Regional Museum headed by Lazar Rempel. What makes this monument unique is that the arch dome composition consists of 9 domes of equal size. This is the inner part of Karakoja Mosque. The thickness of the walls is 1.5 meters. The top domes join into a single cylinder in the center. This place we call a mihrab. It is facing Mecca. Local residents, Aksakals, come here to read namaz, to pray. So this is not just a monument, it is also a place of spiritual rest.
Яғни мынау біз қазір көріп тұрған жерді біз қарап тұрған жерді михраб дейміз.
The mosque has a square shape, 16 by 16 meters. The building is aligned to cardinal directions. The central dome faces the sunset.
Ол күмбездердің күйзеліс бетінде салынуында
The domes were designed in a way to prevent the rainwater from getting inside in the spring and water from the snow in autumn and winter. There are 2 doors, one to the right, the other to the left, and a summer terrace in the front. There is a room for prayer. In addition to the theological maxims, there is an inscription about the entrance to the Mihrab hall. It says that according to the Hijri calendar, the works were executed in 1327, which in official chronology is 1909. This year is considered as a date of completion of construction works. Apart from local residents, artisans from Central Asia were invited to work as well. They use traditional Central Asian decorating techniques in the mihrab niche. Here you see the style of laying bricks. First it goes like a mound, then takes the form of an arch shaping this entrance to the mosque. It is said that brick mix and other materials were brought from Turkestan. Even lime was brought from there. These ancient bricks are special. It is very warm inside during winters, despite the fact that there is no heating system. And in the summer, on the contrary, it's cool. It is especially good inside in July heat. Abdurrahim Sonatilayev is the keeper of the mosque. Shirakshi, one of the descendants of Karakoja. He has been caring for the monument for many years and knows many stories and legends associated with the monument. When the construction was coming to an end, Karakoja ran out of money. He decided to ask wealthy residents for help. There is a story that Karakoja went to the widow of a rich man to ask for money for the rest of the construction. The widow said that she was alone with children and refused to help. After Karakozha left, the cattle belonging to this household began to die, and no one knew why. The woman repented, asked for forgiveness, and provided the necessary assistance for construction of the mosque. Such an unusual person was Karakozha. During the period of Soviet atheism, the mosque was closed. The building was used for other purposes. For the most part, the mosque served as a warehouse.
Әртүрлі қоғам ауысып отырған кезде әртүрлі мысалға бір уақытта
For a while it was used as storage of medicines. Despite all changes, the monument was well preserved.
Уақыт өте келе бұл кесене өзіндік бұл мешіт өзі.
Mainly it was due to the efforts of the locals. People looked after the mosque. In the late 80s of the previous century, the building began to collapse. Domes and walls with the parapet partially collapsed. The walls were covered in numerous cracks. Saving this historical monument became an urgent matter.
In
1986, it was decided to register this building as a mosque again. It was then when a small repair was made as well. Then they managed to save these bricks and domes. Restoration works were not completed. The next stage of the restoration of the monument was continued in 1998 and financed by local patrons. In 1998, local resident Adil Mirza Uralov personally allocated money for repairs. As a matter of fact, he is a direct descendant of Karakozha. Thanks to this repair, the mosque was almost restored. However, the appearance of the mosque was significantly changed as a result of these restoration works. Therefore, in 2008, under the Cultural Heritage State Program, restoration works were resumed. Everything was made to return the original appearance of the mosque. During the reconstruction in 1998, the area and height of the building were changed. Patterns and ornaments on walls were also lost. Working under the Cultural Heritage Program, scientists and restorers worked hard and tried to recreate the initial project of the mosque. Restorers treated the historical monument with respect. They preserved strong finishing stones of sub-foundation and bricks embedding the dome. But the exterior of the building was renovated using imported bricks. The bricks for floors were specially brought from Turkestan in 2007 and 2008 as a part of the restoration project. They lay here since then, high-quality material. These bricks were also used in the Great Hall. It wasn't just the exterior that restorers have enlivened. They also thought out the landscape design of the territory of the mosque.
Қоршаудағы ағаштарымыз да сол кеше, реставрацияның кезінде жаңадан қойылған қоршаулар.
The wooden fence was installed during the restoration. There was a need in fence since the mosque has a summer namazkhana and this territory needed to be isolated from both sides. It was brought from terrace as well. Also during the restoration, the whole territory of the mosque was fenced as well. After the restoration, the Karakozha Mosque got a new life. Today, it is not just a unique example of Turkic Islamic architecture. It is a historical monument of the Shutalas region, a region that preserves the memories of events of the historical past of the Kazakh nation.